Hello and welcome to the RevEx Social Distancing Small Table Show, episode 48, Drain the Molasses Swamp. Coming to you live from Candy Castle, I am your host, Professor X, a Gumdrop Mountain outsider. My t-shirt today, of course, is my Trump for President shirt, as always. And then my button here, in my series of buttons of candidates I would run for, vote for presidential candidates I would vote for over Trump, we have Harry Truman. And this is also a reference to today's karaoke challenge video. If you want to go over there, there's a Harry Truman reference over there. So it's all thematic. Everything's all connected. It's all one big whatever. All right, this is our small table show, which is recorded live. One take, no edits, no pants, many errors. Join us. You can do this too. You can do music, comedy, spoken word, monologue, commentary, and alternate history of Lord Licorice's bloody reign at Licorice Castle, whatever. Check out our website at, I'm turning into Scooby-Doo as we speak. All right, check out our website at revexproductions.org, and you can contact us there, see our other content. You can contact me directly on Facebook or Gmail. Today's show is brought to you by Princess Lolly's CBD lollipops. What? They're legal. All right. And my drink today is a gloppy, which is 2 parts molasses and 1 part ripple. Okay. Today's show is a little different. All right. So the first time ever, there's not going to be a performance here. There's going to be a play. We're playing. Okay. So if you didn't know, RevEx created a game. We have a demo version of it, and it is called Drain the Swamp. We are currently working on the official version that we're going to pitch to companies and stuff like that to actually produce and sell. It's a social party game, which is perfect for a pandemic, but the game was written before that. So, but when it comes back, when social partying fun stuff happens again, this is the perfect game for that. So, all right, it's called Drain the Swamp, and it's basically 2 parts Candyland and no, that's a different game. It's a cross between Cards Against Humanity and Clue. And in this particular, the demo version is DC based. So all the cards make sense in DC. Some of them are universal, of course, but they're like, the idea is basically that you're going to be dealt cards like you would at the beginning of Cards Against Humanity, and you have to pick amongst them to lay down a story to win the game from the dealer. So it's basic same gameplay concept there. But myself and several others kind of dislike the one aspect of Cards Against Humanity, which is its main selling thing, is that you can get away with saying just horrible, terrible stuff about any topic. And some of us didn't like playing it because it just gave people the opportunity to get away with saying really terrible stuff, some of which they don't necessarily not believe, or they're being a little too tasteless. So I just don't enjoy the game. So this one was a game that could play in that same space that didn't have that same horribly offensive nature to it. Now, you could still get funny or dark or creative in this game, but it's not built around the worst of humanity like that game is explicitly. This one is Drain the Swamp. We're catching the bad people for their crimes. So, all right. So the way that the game works, and we're about to do first time ever in RevEx Social Distancing Small Table Show history, we're about to go handheld. So it's going to be a little shaky at first. But just pretend like we're running from Cloverfield or Lord Licorice. Seriously. I think I was fucked up. Also, so you'll notice I actually did. Oh, pants. There's pants today. I'm lying. All right. So Drain the Swamp. Here we go. These are what it looks like. We have 4 categories of cards. Places, which are exactly what they seem to be. Crimes. What did they do? People who did it, and things, what did they do it with? And so instead of playing a full game, since it's just me, what I did was simulate it a bit. And so I've already dealt out the cards. So on your turn, you would get so as the turn starts, the dealer would pick a place card and turn it over so that everybody can see it and read it out. And so the place where today's crime happened was at Vladimir Putin's room at the White House. And in order to make this a game where anybody could play, and I tested it out on my kids who don't know anything about DC and not super up on the deep political jokes. So the idea was that each card at the top has the thing that's your answer, but at the bottom has a little explanation so that if you didn't know what the card meant, didn't know what the thing was talking about, you could still play or make a joke that even you would find funny with it. So this card here, for instance, Vladimir Putin's room at the White House. And of course, there's a little joke there. You know for sure Trump keeps one. So, all right. So now everybody would then get dealt their 4 cards and have to match them to this. So what we'll do is I will simulate one player, and that will be me. So let's look at things first. Not going to read all of these in the additional parts, but so we've got Vladimir Putin, we've got biting White House correspondents' dinner humor, we've got a rolled up yoga mat, and we've got a White House Christmas ornament. Okay, these are my things that I did the crime with. All right, now my next 4 would be who are the people that did the crime. All right, now there's a little diversity in the options here. So you have stuff like ones that are directly related to experiences of people we know that work in a particular industry. A lot of the people that made this game spend a lot of time at karaoke bars. Bartenders are almost always annoyed, or there's always at least one bartender who's really annoyed. So there's a character there. Not to say that they're annoying. Annoyance is uncalled for, by the way. Then you got Donald Trump. You got Elizabeth Warren, famous people. Then you got other things that kind of a lot of people know about, but are particularly a problem here in DC. All right. And then we've got, let me make some space here. Then we've got crimes, and our crimes, parking on J Street, saying that's what she said too often, and that's what she said, singing Journey at karaoke, and ordering avocado toast while not being a millennial. Okay, so now what I've got to do is pick out of each of these 3 rows which one of these things I think the dealer that dealt this card wants to win, just like in Cards Against Humanity. So, at Vladimir Putin's room in the White House, I'm going to say that, let's go with Trump. I think that's my best one there just because, you know, he's already related on that card. And then let's see, Donald Trump was guilty in Vladimir Putin's room at the White House of fucking singing karaoke, Journey at karaoke, fuck that shit. And then he did it with a rolled up yoga mat. All right, so that's the one I'll submit for this turn. My answer when I announce it is that at Vladimir Putin's room at the White House, Donald Trump was guilty of singing Journey at karaoke with a rolled up yoga mat. Now, I didn't have the best choices there, so I'm probably not going to win if these other people have better cards. So I'm just going to simulate what each of them got. So player number 2 is going to say, at Vladimir Putin's room at the White House, I run a startup guy who sleeps on his friend's couch was guilty of touching the paintings. I mean, come on, dude. While on some congressional grade stuff. All right. Player number 3 is going to say that at Vladimir Putin's room in the White House, a feminist mansplainer was guilty of feeding the trolls with a confusing sexual encounter. All right. And then our 4th player will go with, at Vladimir Putin's room at the White House, Nicolas Cage was guilty of calling a last-minute Friday afternoon meeting with an avalanche of Five Guys fries. So now the person who put this place card down at Vladimir Putin's room in the White House would look at these 4 and pick their answer whatever way they want to, just like Cards Against Humanity. It's a social game. There's no real hardcore rules. And so they'll say, pick this person, the feminist mansplainer who feeds the trolls a confusing sexual encounter. So there's your winner. And then that person gets this card. And then you reshuffle and the dealer becomes a player. The player becomes the deal, it goes around just like that. And that's the game. That's Drain the Swamp. And we will be releasing a, full version down the road. But that's our demo version. So I hope you like it. And next time we see you, we could probably play it. So, and we could probably play it via Zoom at some point with somebody, maybe. I don't know. There's got to be a way to do that. So, all right. Peace.